I know you talked about opening up for Ja Rule and getting booed.
Yes.
Now, I just want to know, why did you take a gig at a hip hop show when you know normally it's other rappers or singers that open up shows?
Hey man, they gave me that money. They told me Ja Rule was popping. That was right around "Wouldn't Be My Baby" when that was popping. You know, that was the jam. I'm like, oh, that's my cut too. I can go make money and kick it with Ja. I'm like, let's do it. And I knew in the back of my heart, I knew that was a bad mix, but I still felt like I can do it. Because I had just did a show with Nas probably about a year before that, and I rocked. But those are two different audiences, you know what I'm saying? Like Nas' audience was more like me, but Ja Rule, I don't know what, he was just so hot at the time, man. And when I went out there, they just throwing stuff that shouldn't have been at concerts, like Pringle cans. Like, who has a can of Pringles at a rap concert? Like, what bougie motherfucker is standing there popping the top, eating one single fucking chip at a goddamn time? Who does that? Who has silverware at a fucking rap concert? Like, wrapped up in the napkin, who has that already wrapped in the napkin, fork, spoon, and knife, throwing this at me? I'm looking at this shit on stage. It's fucking coat hangers with the wooden joints, the good ones with the clips for your pants. Like one of them, like who has that? I'm not even bullshitting you. Like I was up there like, why is niggas bringing this shit up in here? Like this shit is crazy. Golf balls and shit, and it was fucking horrible. And I just told them, I'm not going nowhere. You're not about to break my spirits. I was saying some more. I tried to go positive, thinking that they was gonna give me some love. I was like, you're not gonna break my spirits, and I'm a young black man trying to do something positive. And they're like, do that shit elsewhere, nigga. My nigga, go get you some pamphlets and pass that shit out in the parking lot. Right now, nigga, we won't, where will I be without my baby, nigga? And that was just it. And they was throwing the concession stand drinks where the lid is like connected. So when they hit, they explode. They like, it ain't like a regular, it ain't like a pop what you open. Like when the concession stand drinks hit you, the straw, all that, the ice, it's loaded. It's like a loaded grenade when they hit you with them joints. And man, I just was like, you know what? Fuck Ja Rule, fuck Indianapolis. And I ain't never been there again.
You never went back?
I never did another stand. Not like I didn't want to, it's just, I would love to go back. I just haven't. I don't know what it is. The Lord don't want me in Indianapolis. The Lord like, you know what? You good on Indianapolis. Don't you ever fucking go there again.
That was the saddest story that I've ever heard. Because I was just
saddest.
like, why would he perform at a rap concert though?
Rode all the way home.
Opportunity.
Rode all the way home, no radio. All the way back to Chicago, 2 hours, no radio. Hands stuck to the steering wheel because the pops that exploded on me, the sticky, I would just be like, just to like turn the turn signal. The worst. I had no change of clothes, none of that. I was just like, yo. And I remember when I came home, everybody was like, oh, how was the concert? I was like, that shit was dope. Because I didn't want nobody to know that. I bombed. But they found out.
What did Ja Rule say to you after that?
I never spoke to him. Never seen him.
Oh, does he know about that? Well, he has to know now.
I don't even know if he knows about it. Ja Rule, you got to understand, yo. Ja Rule was large. What didn't nobody see Ja Rule? Ja Rule was at that status where they had to clean out the whole backstage. Like, yo, if you ain't with Rule, you get the fuck out of backstage. They had to clean that all out so Rule could walk through. And yeah, Rule was large then. Yeah, J-Lo, Rule, Jigga, he was the shit. Shout out to Rule, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Fuck that.
Are you happy social media wasn't like available then? Because you definitely would have been on the Shade
If
Room.
social media was available, I would be a custodian somewhere right now. Because that shit would have killed my career. Like, like the Jordan face, they'd have like that. They would have my face with popping shit all on it.
After that, you got good with Conan. It seems like these opportunities just keep falling into place for you. How did that come about?
Yo, I tell people, man, my whole career has been based on relationships and just people knowing, just having good vibes. Any audition I ever had, I never got. Never. I have auditioned for everything. I got an audition coming up next week. I know I ain't getting it. I'm cool. But I'm going to go give them my all in all, but I never get it. Because they're looking for a certain type. And if you're looking for that type, there's many of those. And you're going to find it, but I'm not a type. So you have to just kind of feel me and go, yo, like that was the thing about, Conan. Conan, I didn't submit nothing, any of that. I did 4 minutes of stand-up on Conan. And after that, he contacted my manager, this guy named J.P. Buck, contacted my manager and was like, yo, Conan want Deon to come write for him, like 3 weeks later. And we didn't understand what he wanted me to write. And it was like jokes. Like, he didn't know I was a writer. We never talked about that. It was none of that. He just hired me, just off of vibe. And he was like, yo, I just want him here. And I was like, and I had these other shows I had coming up, and they was like, man, forget them shows. Just go with him. And I ended up going with him, and I almost quit because I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to that situation of waking up 7 in the morning. I was used to going to bed at 7 in the morning, doing stand-up. You'd be out all night long or whatever. So waking up at that time, I was like, nah, I'm gonna quit. So I was probably about a week into it, and I was like, nah, I'm about to quit. But it was a black IT guy and a secretary that was there. It was just us three. We were the only 3 black people at Conan. And the week before I was ready to quit, the secretary, black chick, came in there. She was like, because they gave me an office. I ain't never had no office. I had an office not no cubicle. I had a door closing office with my name on it, a couch, computer. Because Conan was real kind to writers because he was a writer for SNL and for The Simpsons and stuff. And so he knew how the writing facilities were for writers. So he was like, he'll never have that for his writers. So we was plush. And I still didn't like that shit because I was like, damn, I'm missing out on my stand-up. And this black chick came in there and she was like this, hey, I got your business cards. And before black people say anything racist, they always look around and shit, right? So she was like this, I got these business cards for you and I hope I spelled your name right. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. She was like, oh, okay. You the only black person over there. You make us look good, okay? You write some stuff. When we found out you was gonna be the only black writer with all them white writers, we were so happy. You make us look good. I'm like this. Bitch, don't put that pressure on me. No, I'm about to quit. She was like, no, you gotta make us look good. Then she went right back to her white voice. All right, goodbye. See you later. Lunch is at noon. Bye. But I don't know why she got all slavey when she was talking to me. She was like, you go in there, you make us proud, all right? We's counting on you. All right, lunch is at noon. Goodbye. I was like, hell no. But I was like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna quit. Next day, the TI guy came in there to fix my computer, and he was like this. Hey, Deon, we want to set up your password and everything, give you a new password for the Conan thing, and you go in there and write us some good shit, you hear me? You make us look good, you understand? Without you speaking for us, the people that ain't got no voice. And you go in there and you do's what the fuck you supposed to be doing. I said, nigga, no, don't do this. Shut the fuck up. You go in there, you make us proud. All right, your password that's fixed and yeah, your computer's up and running, all right? All right, amazing. And just left. I just was like, but that was the reason why I stayed. And I was like, I can't let them down. I was like, I can't let them it had nothing to do with my family, Nothing. It was like, I cannot let them two people down. And ended up staying, and next thing I know, we doing bits on the show. Conan had me going out and doing bits on the show, and I'll go out on stage and do these things that I wrote. And next thing I know, I was nominated for 2 Emmys and had like 3 Writers Guild nominations, and man, it just took off just from them doing that.
I think black comedy and white comedy are two different things, because I mean their jokes are different, the delivery is different. Did you feel pressure to change your voice, your style of writing?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I always think sometimes that when certain people have like the black guy part of their thing or their situation or show or radio, whatever it is, they have that black guy, that black woman there, whatever. They have that person there because they want a black face, but they never want a black voice. So the way that I looked at it was, Conan never made me feel like that. He never made me feel like I was just the black face there. And none of that. He just always was like, man, you funny. I just like how you are. And so I felt my own pressure. It wasn't even pressure that they put on me. It was my own pressure that I put on myself to write like the rest of the other writers. And it wasn't me. It wasn't me to write like that. I didn't go to Brown University and all these other great schools that they went to, and I didn't have no Emmys. They had Emmys and stuff, so I tried to write like them, and it just didn't work. And so when I just fell in my own groove, then that's when it started working. Because one day they was trying to write a bit about Andy Richter, the co-host, going to having a Oktoberfest, which is a German drinking day, because he's a German, and I didn't know what it was. And they told me, and I was like, everybody got a drinking day. And they was like, what? I was like, they got Cinco de Mayo, St. Patrick's Day, Oktoberfest. When black people gonna have a drinking day? And they was like, man, you should write that up. And I went and wrote it, and then they was like, you're gonna perform it on the show. They was like, we're gonna open the curtains, Conan's gonna call you out, you're gonna go out, and you're gonna talk about that right there on the show. Never been done before. I'm like, okay, I did it. That's when I found kind of like my voice. I was like, okay. And then we started doing other bits and started doing that, and then it just started clicking. And next thing I know, man, we rolling. I mean, I'm rolling. Like, never been in this position ever in my life. It was phenomenal. Yeah, so I did feel the pressure, but it once I became myself, then that's when it started working. And I think other people need to realize that. I go with everybody. You have to know there is no one like you. And people forget that because they so busy trying to do what they think is expected instead of just, you got to give yourself. It's no one like you. It's no one like nobody. And that's the beauty that we need to embrace about ourselves.
How did it feel when that day came and Jay Leno took over?
Yeah, it was crazy when Jay Leno, well, I didn't even know that we were making history at the time when when Jay Leno came back and wanted to take the show back. I'm thinking that, this is just how TV probably is. This is what they do. This is just behind the scenes stuff that I never seen before, but I didn't know it was gonna become a movement like it did. Like after that, it became like a love movement going around the country, around the world, where it was like these whole, I love Coco, I'm with Team Coco. And when we left, it was sad because they banned Conan from television for like 7 months and radio. He couldn't do nothing. So then he was like, man, we should go on tour. He was like, he wanted to go on tour. So we was writing this tour for him, and then one of the other writers like, you should have a stand-up comic on the show. So they auditioned all these stand-up comics, and then somebody was like, why don't you audition? And I was like, okay. And I auditioned, and Conan chose me to go on tour with him, and I did. We did 38 cities for about 3 months, traveled around the globe, jets and hotels, and it was It was ridiculous that he even chose me to close out the show every night. Like right before me, he would close the show out with a song, but right before that, it'd be me doing stand-up. And to do that from city to city was it was amazing. I was meeting everybody, and everybody was fans, and it was just surreal being with Neil Diamond and Eddie Vedder and just all these great icons that love Conan, and just to hang out with them was like, it was insane. When the tour was over with, I remember going back to my apartment, just sitting on the bed going, all right, what the fuck just happened? Like, calling my rent office, like, yeah, can I get some chicken fingers? They're like, no, nigga, you better go pay this rent. Ordering room service from the rent office. Like, yeah, can somebody bring me some slippers up here? They're like, no, nigga, the tour's over with.
Gucci's absolutely the boogeyman of hip hop. Like, it's just certain individuals, you just know that at any given moment, it could go left.
Right.
Gucci's one of them. T.I.'s one of them. I told y'all that before. I don't know why y'all keep acting like T.I. ain't Gucci level crazy. Maybe
T.I. is Gucci level crazy.
Gucci might be T.I. level crazy.
You mean to tell me that if I walked up to your mother right in front of you and shot her in the face,
Yeah.
and then I left the country and you can't get to me, you wouldn't tell the police?
Hell no, where your mama stay at?